I'm Ross Mack.
And I'm Andini. Welcome to the Finance Couch. I remember when I was finishing college, I had all sorts of questions about the basic do's and don'ts of finance. That's why we're here today on campus with financial consultant Ross Mack to offer help and guidance on what's on students' minds when it comes to dollars and cents. Hey!
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Welcome to our Finance Couch.
How you doing?
Thank you. Good, how are you?
What's your name?
I'm Victoria.
Awesome.
I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I'm studying theater.
What questions do you have for that in the finance department?
Yeah, so I'm wondering, what is compound interest and how does it work and how can it help me when I'm saving money?
Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. I think it was Einstein that says it, right? Compound interest, those that get it, earn it, and those that don't pay it, right? And so what it literally means is when your money is making money and that money's being reinvested. So to even break it down more simple, imagine you have like an apple seed, right? That you planted and that in turn becomes an apple tree, but more seeds come from that. And then you take those other seeds and then that is replanted and now you have a ton of different apple seed trees. And so the idea is literally by you investing money over a long course of time, it works better over the long course of time. We're talking 20, 30 years, but the idea is that your money is being invested and it's making a return. So say you have $1,000 and that makes 10%, which is $100. And so now that's being reinvested. So each year, it just continues to grow and grow exponentially. And I love compound interest. When you start thinking about retiring and investing, it is the one thing that truly just catapults how you're gonna think about retiring, right? Retiring in a millionaire. And compound interest is a thing where you literally just pounding on top. And each year it gets bigger and bigger because that overall, denominator is getting larger and larger.
Interesting.
So how can I start? Like, what's the first step to building compound interest?
So you wanna look at a brokerage account. So a brokerage account is like a bank account, but for owning stocks. You just go to them, you open it just like a normal bank account.
Yeah.
And the idea is you're wiring money into it. One of the first investments I recommend is the S&P 500. These are 500 of the best companies. Imagine just owning a basket of stocks. The average return of the S&P 500 is roughly 10%. How do you get the 10%? Well, the idea is actually owning the S&P, but not just own it in one day and be like, oh, all right, I'll set it and forget it. No, the idea is actually to set up automation. So imagine you invest, I don't know, call it $200, $300 every month into the S&P 500. You look in 30 years, you'll have over $1 million. And now you're pretty young. So now we're talking about compounding, right? That's what compounding is, right? In 10 years, it's this. In 20 years, it's that. 30 years, it's that. And then you look up in 40 years, you're over $2+ million. And so each time that compounded effect gets more and more just grandiose.
I feel like I need to do that.
Yeah, I need to this is like a first thing today where I'm like, I need to go talk to a broker.
Yeah, and I always think about investing and I'm like, ooh, I should like invest in this stock,
but it feels
whatever. And then I get
intimidating,
scared because
right?
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna go to nothing tomorrow.
And it feels like
you
a really
know?
big subject where you're like, where do I go?
Yeah.
Or like, what am I supposed to invest in? It's like a intimidating topic, so I'm glad we have Ross to break it down.
I know, that's very helpful. I really think I want to get more into investing, and I think that learning about compound interest can help with that because I learned how it can really build your wealth like year over year, and it can be a good way to make money passively. So one of the things he was saying is how you could be making money in your sleep, and that's something that sounds great. So I think that's definitely something that I'll use in the future.
Be sure to subscribe to Million Stories.